Welcome to White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey, where today we're doing a video walkthrough of a 2020 Jay Flight 32 TSBH. This is stock number J12901, and it's going to give you an overview of some of the features, systems, and operations unique to this particular stock number. Starting inside in the back second bedroom area, you have two slide outs here with bunks that fold back and away. There are locking pins on the bunks themselves, so you would undo the locking pin and drop this down. Likewise, raise it and lock it here. Light switches are pop lights, so the light switches are on the lights themselves. And if you do have a wall switch for the lights, you want to make sure these pop switches are turned into the on position in order for the switch to operate those lights. Same thing off to this side. Bunk can fold back and away. This one lifts on struts and will store. They have a 300-pound bunk bed capacity. And then your pocket door here does have a travel snap. You want to make sure this is locked and in place for travel so your door doesn't slide while you're moving. Slide controls are right in the hallway here. They're toggle switches for in or out. When you press the in button, you're going to see your slide start to move. Make sure slides are all the way in or all the way out fully cycled. That's where they're level and also sealed properly. When you reach full extension or full retraction on any of the slides, you may hear a clicking noise, which is the clutch motor. That's normal operation, and it signals when that slide is complete. Coming up into your living area here, in the hallway, we removed this wood panel so we can show you. This is under your wardrobe closet. This is access to the back of the water heater with the bypass valve. There are specific instructions on winterizing the camper if you like to do it yourself, located in the Jayco Owner's Manual. Your thermostat is wall mounted here. You can select the mode button, whether you want cooling, heat, or just fan itself. There is a time delay on this system, so you will hear a delay in either heat or air conditioning when you turn it on or off, and that is normal, and your temperature controls are here. Your furnace vents are going to be on the floor. Your air conditioning vents are overhead. They do have directional vents, which you can close or open for more airflow. And your main air intake is in your kitchen area. This is a chill grill, which can be opened to air dump more cold air into the living area. And likewise, behind this is a removable grill area. There's a filter that you want to keep clean. It does gather dust, so you can vacuum or clean that out once a season or replace it. We have entertainment center on. I'm going to go ahead and turn the radio off so you can hear a little bit better through this area with some of the features. We are currently running on digital Air TV signal. So this smart TV has a remote that's included that will allow you to do an air channel search. There are great instructions to this television in the owner's packet, as well as you can walk through the input and TV selections itself. On the entertainment center, you do have your Bluetooth stereo here as well. And then inside this drop-down compartment, you have a selector switch here for TV antenna. This is your booster switch. You'll see the light is on. When you're hooked up to cable, you don't need to push the booster switch in. You would just use cable from the campground. Also of note through here, we mentioned wall switches. Make sure you have your lights into the on position to operate those switches. Refrigerator is automatic. It will automatically decide to whether to run on either propane or electric as long as you leave it on the automatic mode. So when you plug into a campground, if you're on automatic, it will shut down the propane cooling side and automatically start to run off of the electric side. Likewise, when you unplug, it will switch over from electric to the propane cooling side. You could also manually select those modes. That's your propane mode, that's your electric mode, there's your electric mode, and there's your automatic mode, which says we are currently plugged in. So it's seeking for the most efficient source. Your temperature control there, where you can increase or lower the cold factor for your fridge and freezer. Make sure your handles are pushed all the way in and locked for travel. And if you are storing the coach for a time, you want to leave this cracked open so you can let the moisture kind of get out and get some air circulation. Stove and range, very easy to operate. Select the burner that you want, turn it to on, and use your direct spark ignition. Then you can control the flame. Once your stove is cool, you do have a bifold range cover, which you would drop down, and that's a really nice cover there to protect it for travel and also as additional counter space. Your stove and oven has a light switch here, and then at the far back you would have a pilot light, which you could use an aim a flame or a long match, and you have your temperature control right on the side as well. For more specific detailed instructions, please do see your owner's packet, which go over all of these features. Beneath the stove and oven is your electric converter. This is your breaker box and fuse panel. It gives you easy access here. There is also a vent here. This will vent warm air in normal operation. It may cycle on or off as needed. Above your range, you do have a range hood with a light switch and also a fan switch, which exhausts to the outside. Microwave is electric, works like your microwave would at home. Your system's monitor panel is located right at the entry door here at the kitchen. Again, this is a 2020 Jayco Jay Flight 32 TSBH. This is going to show you main living area slide controls. Again, make sure you push your button. You'll see your slides start to move, and make sure they're all the way in or all the way out where they're level and sealed. You'll hear the clicking, that tells you you're fully out. Awning is a power awning, toggle switch here as well. In or out position, we'll show you the awning operation. Make sure in windy conditions or rainy conditions you are bringing this awning in just to protect the fabric. Light switches, this is your awning light switch. And then you have overhead light switches. Again, make sure the buttons are on the light switches themselves. The pop switches for those to operate by the wall mount switch. Water pump, this would be pulling water from your onboard freshwater tank. And I will show you the fill on the exterior when we do a walk around in a moment here. Water heater on both the propane side or the electric side. And then these are your tank levels, your battery and tank levels. So you can check everything from right there. Easy access. Propane leak detector is at the entry door. This is CO and propane. This does have a test reset silence button there. Propane leak detectors do have a small draw on your battery. So if you're going to be out of the camper for a long time or storing it off season, you might want to disconnect that battery, take it inside your garage or a shed, keep it nice and warm there and charged up, because this will still pull down that battery a little bit. Likewise, your stereo system can do that. Main GFI, I want to show you a couple things in the bathroom area. This is an access panel to the back of the shower if you need to access any water for maintenance. And then in your bath itself, you have your main GFI. If you did have any electrical issue, this is where you would test and reset right from here. And you could also check the breaker box and fuse panel we showed you. Light switches on the wall and also overhead courtesy light. Fan, you would raise the knob here and use the switch right on the fan itself to operate the attic fan. Make sure for travel you are closing those vent lids because they can blow in the breeze. Foot pedal toilet. So you want to push it all the way down to flush and rinse the bowl. If you just want to get a little bit more water in the bowl, press it part way and you'll get some water flow there. Couple things of note: in the master bedroom, you do have an emergency exit window. In event of an emergency, you would lift up on this lever, wiggle it out of its position there. You can extend the window part way for nice airflow if you like, so you can prop it open. Or you would push all the way on the exit window and use it to get out in event of emergency. Lift gently on the handle up, swivel it, and lock it into position for travel. You also do have USB charging station and electrical outlets right up underneath your nightstand and cabinet there. Second AC is in this model. Your controls are right on the AC unit itself. It's going to operate with a chill grill here for additional airflow on the sides and also in the middle. And you do have a grill back underneath there for access to a filter, which you can clean out again once season, recommended to get the dust out. Travel locks on both sides of your doors. Make sure they are snapped for travel. For more detailed information on systems and operations, please do check your Jayco owner's manuals. We'll take you outside the camper. This has your ladder style Moorvine entry steps. To operate these, you're gonna lift up. They're gonna recess into your main door area, and then you could close your door. Grab handle will push up and fold on top of the door. To unlock your steps, open your door, pull on this blue lever, and they're gonna swing down to you. They do have feet that are adjustable at the base of the ladder for uneven ground. Electrical is forward of the door here. So you have electrical outlets there. Storage compartment where you see your sewer kit and also crank handles for your leveling jacks. Attaches right there to raise and lower the jacks. Front of the camper, you have a solar charger up along the front. Power tongue jack, which is push to raise or lower the jack. Light. And also if you had electrical failure, you could pop this cover off and use the crank handle you saw in the compartment to raise or lower the jack manually. Inside your propane tank cover, it is a hinged lid for easy access. Twin bottles, make sure the valves are set to open, and you have an automatic regulator. So it's going to show you by arrow on the opposite side there which tank it's pulling from. When it switches to the opposite tank, the colors is going to change from green to a red or an orange there to tell you you're running off the other tank, and you could top off the primary tank. Make sure you do close and lock this hinged lid compartment for travel. Access to the opposite side of the storage compartment, stabilizer jacks down the off door side. Gray water tank is soapy water, which drains down your sink and your shower. There is a valve up underneath the camper, easier to access when your slide out is in. And then your main dump valves here, you actually have two gray water tanks. So you have your black tank, which is a black valve here, and then another gray water, which is accessed up underneath the camper. If you can see right here, there's a gray water valve. Attach your sewer hose here. A good trick is to let the black tank, which is toilet waste, accumulate for a couple of days. Pull the black tank valve and then pull the gray water valves and let that soapy water rinse through your line. This is the back of your furnace heater. When you're running your heater, this is going to vent warm air, so make sure no lines or chairs or anything of that nature are up against that area. Outside shower in a lockable compartment with hot and cold water. Your city water connection is here. City water allows you to hook up a hose at the campground and pull directly from that. It's already pressurized, so you do not need to use your water pump feature. That would just be if you're pulling from your onboard freshwater tank. Black tank rinse. This allows you to back flush your toilet waste tank to clean that out. There are specific instructions on how to use that in your owner's manual. It's a great way to clean out that tank if waste or debris accumulates. And you do have a detachable power cord, which unscrews here. And then when this is stored in one of your compartments, this closes to protect that. Back of your hot water heater. This is a toggle switch, which you want to spin and drop down. Just of note here, a couple things. This is automatic from the inside. You saw the switches to operate it on propane or electric. Your pilot light would be behind here. There is a nylon plug, which you would want to remove. For winterizing, you would drain the water down. Make sure you're only reinstalling a nylon plug here. And just make sure this area is kept clean and free of debris. Spider webs, cobwebs, things like that can get in there and kind of wreak havoc with that system. So we'll lock that and take you toward the back of the camper. Bumper plugs are removable. This is a good place to store your sewer hose if you don't want to leave it inside the compartment. Outside cable hookup. If you do have cable at the campground, that's where you would input it into the trailer. Coming down the main door side, you have your outside kitchen. Stove is propane powered. Set it to light. Use your aim a flame match or lighter and control your burner. You do have a pop light and also a switch there for your courtesy light. Hot and cold water sink and outside fridge. And thermostat control for this fridge is right inside the fridge itself. This is the back of your refrigerator panel. This has two spin latches. You would use a key or a coin if need be to spin them to the upright position. You could remove this panel. Again, just check for spider webs. Make sure that area is kept free of debris. This is your freshwater fill where you would put a hose, water safe drinking hose, and fill up your onboard water tank, and you would be using the water pump to pressurize that system. back of your exhaust vent, which we saw from the inside range hood. If you wanted to bring a television outside, there is a bracket, there is electrical, and there is also cable on this side of the camper. Low point drains, there are 2 for easy access. You'll see valves there, and they are clearly marked. If you wanted to drain some fresh water off of your water tank, you could do it from that position. Any questions, please refer to your Jayco owner's manual or give us a call. We hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough demonstration of this 2020 Jayco Jay Flight 32 TSBH. Wish you much happier RVing ahead.